This morning, they were still fighting the blaze at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant. The fire missed the reactors themselves, but this latest video shows just how close the shelling came. Rounds punching holes through the walkway running through the nuclear complex just metres from the reactors themselves. A potentially grave nuclear incident was avoided, but it's still a tragedy of a different kind. Officials had warned of the nuclear risks since this invasion began, warnings that have been ignored.
We, of course, are fortunate that there was no release of radiation, but it is obvious that when we all agree on these principles, words must mean something, and we have to act in consequence.
There are 6 reactors at the Zaporizhzhia complex, each containing 60 tonnes of uranium fuel. Fortunately, the part of the complex that caught fire was this training facility a few hundred metres from the reactors themselves. At the time of the incident, only this reactor, number 4, was operating. The other units had already been shut down as a precaution, making them much safer were they to be damaged. In addition to Zaporizhzhia in the east, there are 3 other nuclear complexes in Ukraine: Rivne, Khmelnytskyi and South Ukraine nuclear power plant. There's concern about this facility too, given the expected Russian advance on Odessa to the south. What's the risk? The concern, of course, is a Chernobyl-style nuclear accident, the worst in the industry's history. But all Ukraine's current reactors are of the same VVER model. It's a design that's inherently safer than Chernobyl. They have a thick steel pressure vessel around the reactor and a concrete containment building protecting the entire structure. But they're not designed to withstand warfare.
Modern reactors are actually very strong and robust. Before that time, they do have containment and they do have some structural integrity. But, I mean, whether they've been designed with projectiles and missiles in mind, I think that's probably not the case.
Experts believe the worst-case scenario for a reactor failure in Ukraine would be something similar to the Fukushima disaster in Japan. Prompt evacuation meant no known fatalities linked to radiation there. But a nuclear emergency during a conflict already as brutal as this carries untold risk. And the fact that Ukraine's nuclear sites are even in the firing line says much about the invading army's attitude towards the harm they might cause. Tom Clarke, Sky News.